Linear Algebra and Calculus, Module number 3, Multiple Integral. Now we are going to see the section Triple Integral in Spherical Coordinates. A triple integral in spherical coordinates can be evaluated as an iterated integral of the form triple integral over g f of rho theta phi dv, which is equal to triple integral with appropriate limit f of rho theta phi dv is replaced as rho square sin phi d rho d phi d theta. Now let's see what the limit of variation of rho, theta and phi is. That is triple integral over g f of rho theta phi dv is equal to integral 0 to 2 pi, integral 0 to pi, integral 0 to rho 0, f of rho theta phi into rho square sin phi d rho d phi d theta. Now as you can see in the diagram, we can say that the function rho varies from 0 to the point p0. That is, rho is varying from 0 to p0 with theta and phi which is remained as fixed there, and phi which varies from 0 to pi by keeping our theta as fixed there. Now theta will be varying from 0 to 2 pi. So in this triple integral as spherical coordinates, rho is varying from 0 to p0, phi is varying from 0 to pi there, and theta is varying from 0 to 2 pi there. This is how we evaluate the triple integral in spherical over the spherical coordinates. Now we shall discuss a question here. Use spherical coordinates to find the volume of the solid G bounded by the sphere x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 16 and below by the cone z is equal to x square plus y square. Now we will see the solution here. That is, we all know we are asked to calculate the volume. So V is equal to, what is the formula for the volume? V is equal to triple integral over G dV. So we have to find, that is, this is equal to triple integral over G rho square sin phi d rho square sin phi d rho d phi d theta. So we have to check the variation of rho, theta and phi there. So as you see in the figure there, here the cone is cut from the sphere and the radius of the sphere is equal to 4. So rho will vary from 0 to 4, and again substitute x is equal to rho sin phi cos theta, y is equal to rho sin phi sin theta, and z is equal to rho cos y in z, which is equal to, that we get tan phi is equal to 1, so phi is equal to pi by 4 there. So phi is varying from 0 to pi by 4. So rho varies from 0 to 4, phi varies from 0 to pi by 4. Now what remains? We have to look how is theta varying from. Theta as usual it will be varying from 0 to 2 pi there. So how will we write the integration? So this volume is equal to integral 0 to 2 pi, integral 0 to pi by 4, integral 0 to 4 rho square sin phi d rho d phi d theta. So first we have to integrate with respect to rho there. So rho square becomes rho cube by 3, put the limits there for rho. So you will get it as integral 0 to 2 pi, integral 0 to pi by 4, 64 by 3 sin phi d theta. Next we have to integrate with respect to phi there. We know that sin phi is equal to minus cos phi. Apply the limits there. So we will get it as 64 by 3 integral 0 to 2 pi 1 minus root 2 by 2 into d theta. Next we have to integrate with respect to theta there. So with respect to theta, when you are integrating it, you will get the answer as 64 pi by 3 and into 2 minus root 2. So which is approximately equal to 39.26 there. So the main thing here is that we have to identify the limits of rho, phi and theta. Since the sphere is of radius 4, rho will be varying from 0 to 4 there, And phi, how to get the phi limit? That is, we know that x is equal to rho sine phi cos theta, y is equal to rho sine phi sine theta, and z is equal to rho cos phi. So we are given that it is a sphere, right? So x square plus y square plus z square is equal to, say, 16 there. So we take z is equal to, z is equal to root of x square plus y square, substitute x and y in that. So we get phi is equal to pi by 4 there. So phi varies from 0 to pi by 4 there. And theta, and as usual, it is varying from 0 to 2 pi. So the importance here is to identify the limits of phi, rho, phi and theta there. Next we'll see how to converting this triple integral from the rectangular coordinate to the spherical coordinate there. So a rectangular triple integral can be expressed as an iterated integral in cylindrical coordinates as triple integral over g f of x y z dv, which is equal to triple integral over the approximate limit f of rho sine phi cos theta, rho sine phi sine theta, rho cos phi into rho square sine phi into d rho d phi d theta. That is, we are substituting x as rho sine phi cos theta, substituting y as rho sine phi sine theta, and substituting our z as rho cos phi. And dv is equal to rho square sine phi into d rho d phi d theta. Now let us see an example here. Use spherical coordinates to evaluate. Integral minus 2 to 2, integral minus root of 4 minus x square to root of 4 minus x square, integral 0 to root of 4 minus x square minus y square. The function is z square root of x square plus y square plus z square into dx dy dz. Now let's see the solution there. So the question is, we have to evaluate this. That is, integral minus 2 to 2, integral minus 2 to 2, integral minus root of 4 minus x square to root of 4 minus x square, integral 0 to root of 4 minus x square, z square into root of x square plus y square plus z square into dz dy dz. So we have to convert this into the spherical coordinates there. So we know that when we convert to the spherical coordinates, we know what our x is, y is and z is. Yes, so substitute the value of x, y, z, which is a function in terms of rho, theta and phi there. So, and we have to convert the limits accordingly with respect to rho, with respect to theta, with respect to phi there. So it is a sphere, right? So upper surface, the upper surface is the hemisphere, and the lower surface is the xy plane. So z is equal to 0 there. So here rho is the radius of the hemisphere there. So what is the radius there? So rho is equal to 2 here. So rho will be varying from 0 to 2 there. And what about phi? Phi is a sphere there. In case of the sphere phi, that is phi will be varying from 0 to pi by 2, since it is the upper surface in the hemisphere. Okay. So, and theta will be varying from, since it is in the xy plane, theta will be varying from 0 to 2 pi there. So rho varies from 0 to 2, theta varies, phi varies from 0 to pi by 2, and theta varies from 0 to 2 pi. And substituting the values of x, y, z as functions of x, rho, theta and phi, we get it as integral 0 to 2 pi, integral 0 to pi by 2, integral 0 to 2, rho raised to phi cos square phi sin phi d rho d phi d theta. And while evaluating after integration, after solving the integrals, we get the answer as 64 by 9 into pi there. The next topic is mass and center of gravity of non-homogeneous lamina. So we have to know what is the mass and the center of gravity of a non-homogeneous lamina is. So what is a lamina? An idealized flat object that is thin enough to be viewed as a two-dimensional plane region is called a lamina there. And a lamina is called homogeneous if its composition is uniform throughout. and it is inhomogeneous otherwise. The density of a homogeneous lamina is to be defined like that. It is mass per unit area. That is, usually we used to represent density as delta there, mass as capital M there, and area as capital A there. So delta is equal to mass by area. It is mass per area. So for an inhomogeneous lamina, the density at a point xy can be specified as a function delta of xy called the density function. So the total mass will be given by mass is equal to double integral over R delta of xy into dA, where delta of xy is the density function then. So once again, mass, which is represented by capital M, is equal to double integral over R delta of xy into dA. Next, the center of gravity x bar y bar of a lamina. So how to calculate x bar? X bar is equal to double integral over R x into delta of xy dA by double integral over R delta of xy into dA. And y bar is equal to double integral over R y into delta of xy by dA by double integral over R delta of xy dA. We have alternate formulas also, that is x bar is equal to my by m, that is equal to 1 by mass of R double integral over R x into delta of xy dA, and y bar is equal to mx by m, which is equal to 1 by mass of R double integral over R y into delta of xy into dA, where my is called the first moment of lamina about the y-axis and mx is called the first moment of lamina about the x-axis there. The center of gravity of a homogeneous lamina is called the centroid of the lamina, or sometimes we used to call it as simply the centroid of the region R, and it is given as x bar is equal to double integral over R x dA by double integral over R dA, which can be also represented using the formula x bar is equal to 1 by area of R into double integral over R x dA, and y bar is equal to 1 by area of R double integral over R y into dA there. Now let us see an example here. A triangular lamina with vertices 0, 0, 0, 1 and 1, 0 has density function delta of xy is equal to xy. Find its total mass. So it is a triangular lamina there. So we have to plot what that triangular lamina is. So we know that we are given with 3 coordinates there, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 0, 1 there. We have plotted it and we found that the region over there. From the region we will be able to find the limits of y as well as the limit of x there. So as we know that the total mass is equal to double integral over R delta of xy into dA there. So delta of xy is given as xy here, x into y here. So we have to find the limits of y there. So taking our x limit as constant there, x is varying from where to where? X is varying from 0 to 1 there. And in order to find the limit of y there, we have to take the vertical strip there. So for a vertical strip, we know that the limit is varying from the bottom portion to the top portion there. So the bottom part is lying in the touching on the line y is equal to 0, and the top part is touching on the line y is equal to minus x plus 1. So x varies from 0 to 1 and y will vary from 0 to minus x plus 1 there. So while after evaluating the integral, you will get the mass as 1 by 24 unit of mass. Okay. Now let's see one more question there. Find the center of gravity of the triangular lamina with vertices 0, 0, 0, 1 and 1, 0 and the density function delta of xy is equal to xy there. So we are asked to, we have already found the mass of this triangular lamina in our previous example. Now we are asked to find the center of gravity of the same triangular lamina with the same vertices 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and the density is given as same as delta of xy is equal to xy there. So we have found the mass there. From the previous example, we got the mass as 1 by 24 there. Now we have to find my. That is equal to double integral over r x into delta of xy into dA. That is double integral over r. Your delta of xy is xy. So x into xy. So this is equal to integral 0 to 1, integral 0 to minus x plus 1, x square into y dy dx. So after evaluating it, we get my as 1 by 60 there. Similarly, we know what is our mx there. What is mx? Mx is equal to double integral over r y into delta of xy dA. So that is double integral over r y into xy dA. So which is equal to integral 0 to 1, integral 0 to minus x plus 1, x into y square dy dx. After evaluating it, we get the answer as 1 by 60. So we are asked to find the center there. Center is equal to x bar is equal to my by m and y bar is equal to mx by m there. My is 1 by 60, m is 1 by 24. So x bar is equal to 2 by 5. And y, in the case of y bar is equal to mx by m. Mx is 1 by 60 and m is 1 by 24. That is again 2 by 5 there. So the center of gravity is what? 2 by 5, 2 by 5. Now let's see the next section, the center of gravity and the centroid of a solid. So the mass of a solid with continuous density function delta of x, y, z is given by m is equal to mass of g, which is equal to triple integral delta of x, y, z dv. So the center of gravity x bar, y bar, z bar of a solid g is given by x bar is equal to 1 by m triple integral over g x into delta of x, y, z dv. Similarly, y bar is equal to 1 by m triple integral over g y into delta of x, y, z into dv. And z bar is equal to 1 by m triple integral over g z into delta of x, y, z into dv. Similarly, we will find what the centroid is. Centroid x bar is equal to 1 by v triple integral over g x into dv. Y bar is equal to 1 by v triple integral over g y into dv. And z bar is equal to 1 by v triple integral over g z into dv there. Now let us see the next section there. There is change of variables in integrals. So the change of variables in integral is given as integral a to b f of x dx is equal to integral alpha to beta f of g of u into determinant of g dash of u there. And change of variables in double integral is given as if the transformation x is equal to x of uv, y is equal to y of uv, maps the region S in the uv plane into the region R in the xy plane, and if the Jacobian is delta of xy by delta of uv is non-zero and it does not change sign, then the appropriate restriction on the transformation and the region, it follows that double integral over R f of xy dA is equal to double integral over S f of, in the place of x you will substitute x of uv, in the place of y we will substitute y of uv, in the place of dA determinant of delta of xy by delta of uv into dA. So that is delta of xy by delta of uv is given as, that is determinant of delta of xy by delta of uv is equal to determinant of dou x by dou u. First row is dou x by dou u, dou x by dou v, dou y by dou u, dou y by dou v. This is called the Jacobian transformation. Sorry that I have made a small mistake here. That is double integral over R f of xy dA is equal to double integral over x f of, in the place of x we will substitute the function in terms of uv, that is x of uv, y, in the place of y, y of uv into what? Determinant of dou of xy by dou of uv into dA, where modulus of dou of xy by dou of uv is equal to determinant of dou of xy by dou of uv is equal to determinant of dou x by dou u, dou x by dou v, dou y by dou u, dou y by dou v. This is called the Jacobian transformation. Now in the case of the change of variables in triple integrals, what will it be? We will take the transformation as x is equal to x of u v w, y is equal to y of u v w, z is equal to z of u v w, which maps the region S into the u v w space into the region R in x y z space. And if the Jacobian dou of xyz by dou of u v w is non-zero, then it follows that triple integral over R f of xyz dv is equal to triple integral over S f of x of u v w, y of u v w, z of u v w into determinant of dou of xyz by dou of u v w into dv, where dou of xyz by dou of u v w is equal to determinant of, it will be a 3 by 3, that is dou x by dou u, dou x by dou v, dou x by dou w, dou y by dou u, dou y by dou v, dou y by dou w, dou z by dou u, dou z by dou v, dou z by dou w. So this is how we change the variables into a single integral, double integral as well as a triple integral form. Now let's see a question here, that is evaluate double integral over R x minus y by x plus y dA, where R is the region enclosed by x minus y is equal to 0, x minus y equal to 1, x plus y is equal to 1 and x plus y is equal to 3 there. So first of all we have to identify our region R there. So I drew what x minus y is equal to 0, x minus y equal to 1, x plus y is equal to 1, x plus y is equal to 3, and I have identified my region there. I have marked the region as R there. Now suppose that let u is equal to x plus y and v is equal to x minus y. So what happens? The boundary lines are, what are our boundary lines? X minus y is equal to 0. X minus y is equal to 0 means what? V is equal to 0. X minus y is equal to 1 means what? V is equal to 1. X plus y is equal to 1 means what? U is equal to 1. X plus y is equal to 3 means what? U is equal to 3 there. So I have transformed from the xy plane to the uv plane there. So I got the region as my S here by plotting the lines u is equal to 1, u is equal to 3, v is equal to 0 and v is equal to 1 there. So from equation number 1 I get that x is equal to u plus v by 2 and y is equal to u minus v by 2 there. So I'll find what my dou of xy and by dou of uv, that is determinant of dou x by dou u, dou x by dou v, dou y by dou u, dou y by dou z. I found the partial derivatives of all these and I got dou of xy by dou of uv as minus 1 by 2 there. Now we are asked to evaluate double integral over R x minus y by x plus y dA. So I have transformed into the uv, that is double integral is changed. I have changed the variables in the double integral to uv there. That is double integral over x v by u, determinant of dou of xy by modulus of dou of xy by dou of uv into dA. U by v by u into determinant of dou of xy by dou, not determinant, modulus of dou of xy by dou of uv into dA. So which is equal to double integral over S v by u modulus of minus 1 by 2 into dA. So which is equal to 1 by 2. We know that u is varying from v is varying from 0 to 1, u is varying from 1 to 3 there. So what will it, so after evaluating it we get the answer as, so how will we get the answer? That is 1 by 2 integral 0 to 1 integral 1 to 3 v by u into du dv. So we get the answer as 1 by 4 log 3 there. So this is what module 3, the last section of our module 3 tells. So we have seen the change of variables there, the mass, the center and the centroid there, as well as the change from to spherical coordinates, So this is what module 3 last section tells about. Thank you everyone.